All right, everybody. Welcome back. Three Crowns. Let's get a little bit of ambiance in here. Use this one, like I've been doing. Can you get the recipe for Wila's strawberry cake? I mean, I don't have one like on hand, but I imagine there's strawberries involved at some point. Bit of vanilla too. All right. We don't have any bookkeeping to do, so we can just get right into things. We'll get our BGM always makes you think Let It Go is about to play. Does it sound like that? Doesn't to my brain, but I suppose we're all different. Thanks for the 26 months, DJ. Wow, 26. Man. The opening bits? Maybe a little bit. I'll have to listen to them side by side and see. um, your brain is fried from your niece listening to it so much. Fair enough. Some of us more different than others. Maybe. But, I mean, I'm a skeleton, so I'm probably on the more different end. Alright. So, previously, on 3 Crown, the party was escorting their quote-unquote prisoner across the kingdom of Middlemere on a mission from the king himself. And their prisoner, who they sort of, in a ruse, did a false jailbreak, convincing the prisoner that they were on his side, and leading him back to his own group in order to try to infiltrate the group and source the mysterious organization led by the rumored Bandit King. And so after tricking the prisoner and having him bring them all the way across the kingdom to the town of Tradewater, where he was supposed to meet with his group, the party finally arrived in Tradewater and did a little bit of exploring. They found some odd things hidden in the church, which we'll probably go back to this session. We found a strange witch on the outskirts of town, but mostly what they did last session was they had the meeting that Finlane, the prisoner, was supposed to attend. And at this meeting, which was they were told to just go to sleep, and that they would be found by one of the Bandit King's representatives. And after going to sleep in the makeshift tavern that the Revolutionary Army had set up, the party found a representative of the organization already in their room, holding a knife to Finlane, who called herself Bishop. And so the party talked with her a little bit. But Bishop seemed to have her own agenda to play there, as she told the party that if they were indeed interested in going to base, then they would have to kill Finlane and complete their quote-unquote job that they were quote-unquote hired for. Now, the party didn't want to kill Finlane, and so they decided to instead attack Bishop. And in the fight, Gale managed to dispel the magic that was wreathed around Bishop, and the figure sort of collapsed inward, now just a puddle of ink, and disappeared. And so the party was left with deciding what to do next, but they first wanted to uh, leave the premises as they were worried that there might be more eyes watching them. And so they decided to change locations in the middle of the night. And so that's where we left off, with them leaving the makeshift tavern, and I believe their destination was the church. So that's where we'll return. Did I miss anything, guys? You can let me know.
That sounds about right.
Well, all right.
I mean,
then.
we talked to Iago.
True. You did talk to Iago, who was the son of those mouse folk they met back up near Avonlea, who had joined up with the Revolutionary Army and seemed to be quite on board with it. All right, so let's get back into it then. Without further ado. Return to that night at the makeshift tavern. And so you guys gathered up your things and prepared to leave the tavern early in the middle of the night in order to try to go somewhere that you felt more secure. Gail, I presume you're going with? I wasn't sure if there was one more thing you were doing in that room or not. I didn't want to drag you along with them.
Oh, no, you're right.
Very well. Yeah, so the five of you, Finlane included, make your way back down to the tavern floor. I don't know if there was anything you were doing on the tavern floor, but you find the sort of the floor that was once crowded is now kind of vacated. It's dead quiet. The bartender is just kind of sleeping on the counter itself. He's kind of leaning against it. But unless you're doing anything down there, you just make your way back outside. That's DM.
They're just trying to get out of there.
That's DM speak for. I didn't want to shift that map around if you weren't going to do anything.
Nah, we are
I want to
dipping.
delete all the NPCs from that map just to have you say, "No, we don't do anything. We just walk through." All right, fair enough. So you guys make your way out of the tavern. Now, last week you had discussed heading for the church. Is that still your plan?
Believe so.
Yeah.
Unless
That's all
something's
we got right
changed.
now.
Very well. Then yeah, you creep out of the tavern in the dead of night. All the people that were once crowding this sort of plaza that they've set up here in the fishery district are all gone. Just sort of dead silence, and oh yeah, you did switch out. I'll get that for you. I'll copy this group instead. Only the sound of waves splashing against the pier, and well, dim lamplight, and the creaking of tall ships out in the harbor is all that accompanies you as you make your way from the fishery district, and I presume back to the church. Unless you're stopping on the way.
Nope, we're going straight to the church.
Very well. Let's get a new copy here. Since we've got a slightly different party. All right. Yeah, so you kind of creep your way back through town. The town is mostly silent. The bustle of the day with rattling armor and soldiers milling about, most of them have all gone to bed. And so you find it much quieter as you make your way through town now. And as you enter the church, you find it as you left it, half destroyed and dead silent.
Gosh,
Yeah.
what are we gonna do?
Yeah. My thoughts exactly. Hopefully River reports back and they have something for us. But there's a lot going on here. Do you have any ideas?
I'm worried about protecting Finn.
That is a problem. Maybe we can leave him with Runica. I feel bad though.
I don't really trust anybody else. But I think
Nope.
I think he's most vulnerable with us, so I don't know.
What are you guys talking about?
Just thinking about what we're gonna do next.
And what we're
Oh.
gonna do with Finn.
Ben. Oh, yeah, I suppose he'll need protection of some sort. Although, I don't think that they were really wanting him dead, but more of a wanted to test us. Two birds, one stone, that sort of thing.
Can't leave him alone regardless.
Yeah, either way, if somebody finds out he was palling around with us, he's probably gonna be in trouble.
That's true.
I wouldn't be opposed to staying here at the church, as long as they'll have me, of course. If you think that's what's best for me.
I think it's worth asking her.
It's probably best, but I don't want to put a target on Runica too.
Yeah.
I feel like maybe Runica's already a target.
From what she said, it just seemed like she already had a target on her back. But the Revolutionary Army doesn't seem too fond of the church.
I don't know.
Did you report back yet, Riva?
No, I wasn't quite sure what to say.
I guess all we can tell them is what happened. Then.
Hmm.
I mean, we succeeded in our part, but we failed in another. I don't know.
Did we fail?
Well, our lead for any of that is pretty much gone.
I suppose. But our job was to just get Finn to the meeting place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We succeeded in that much, but if they expected anything to get done off of it, then kind of fucked on that.
True. Okay, well, I guess Ruva's gonna take the stone out of her pocket. I mean, I guess there's really no reason for subterfuge or anything. So might as well report back now.
Yeah.
Ruva's just gonna activate the sending stone and
Mhm.
see if Abel's around.
All right. Do you say anything through it?
She's gonna say, report.
All right. Yeah. You wait a few moments. In silence. And then almost a full minute later, you hear Abel's voice. Hi. What do you have to report? Can you make an insight check? Anyone can do it. You're all listening.
Um,
It doesn't have to just be one person.
Yay.
Oh, it sounds like you just woke up.
Yeah, he probably did look up.
Yeah, Tibbs, you
No.
estimate that he sounds like he just woke up, or perhaps that he's not been sleeping much at all. But he asks you what you have to report.
Rue was going to explain the situation, tell them about the meeting, what happened.
All right.
That
Do you
whole
leave
thing.
anything out, or you just tell him everything that's happened?
No, Rue was going to say everything that happened.
Yeah, as you kind of tell the full story of everything that's kind of happened since you last reported in, he just kind of listens in silence, just the occasional kind of, and asking you to continue. And then as you sort of finish the end of your story, all the way up until you being at the church here now, there's another long pause as he kind of considers everything you've told him. I see. This does place us in a hard position. Have you any other leads to follow up on in town?
Well, I don't think so. Not that we can think of yet. We have had our fortunes told, but those are murky at best.
I wouldn't place too much faith on the word of fortune tellers. But, if we no leads to follow, then it does place us up against a wall, doesn't it? Well, I suppose in this situation, with time running short, we've no choice but to smash through that wall.
What do you propose?
Well, it's not much to go on, but I'd have you ask around town. See if you can dig up more information. Anything to grasp at would be useful. Look into perhaps criminal activity in town. Anything else that's happened. You mentioned that you're at a rundown church, busted up, yes?
True. That is something we can look into.
Aye, look into other things that might have happened in town before you arrived. People being robbed. Perhaps maybe supplies have gone missing from the Revolutionary Army as well. If they are forming an army, they would have need to amass supplies, so if our supplies being sent down are being robbed, perhaps theirs are too.
Consider it done.
Very well. Other than that, keep your eyes out. I don't like anything you've told me about this bishop person. Seems like they've had eyes on you for quite some time. I'd exercise caution. Careful what you say to people. Careful who you talk to.
That's good advice. It is strange that they knew so much.
Agreed. But I suppose if the king has his spy master, then the bandit king has his as well.
Ruva's gonna take a quick look at Finn and see if that had any, like, if that looked like that information had any impact on him.
Finn has been kind of, as you're reporting in and stuff, he's been kind of quiet. You told him a lot about yourselves last session. You kind of came clean to him. And he's still processing that. He trusts you guys just because you've been fairly honest with him otherwise. And you've kind of connected to him. So he does trust you guys, but he's kind of a little lost in thought right now. This is kind of stuff that he has to process. So he kind of looks just kind of brow furrowed, hand kind of leaning against his palm, kind of thinking.
Okay. We will have to be vigilant then.
Aye. If you learn anything else, please report in as soon as you're able.
Of course.
If things get bad down there, do let me know. Report in.
Any information on the devil situation?
The devil situation.
We mentioned that, well, that there had been a devil.
Aye, near Avonlea, you said.
Yes.
Well, I've sent more Kingsguard to investigate Avonlea, in hopes that if there were any other creatures lurking about, they might be able to bring them out of hiding and slay them, as well as to make sure that Avonlea's safe.
Okay.
And I've sent your little scholar to the King's Libraries to research devils.
She will be an excellent help there.
She's been studying day and night, so I imagine she will have quite a report for me, eventually.
Okay. Well, that's all I think I have. Riva looks at Tibbs and Kaj for confirmation.
Just nod back.
Yeah.
Well, if that's all then, report in as soon as you're able. Keep me posted.
Will do.
And as you stop communicating across the Sending Stone, so does Abel. And the church is silent once more.
Is it just me or something seems off about all of this?
What do you mean?
Either they sent us down here purposefully without knowledge of the war,
Where the war
or they
happened
don't
that
know.
fast? Yeah. And how did they not know about a
And how would they
war?
not know when they know there's Bandit King shit happening down here?
Well, they didn't.
Yeah, that's why we.
Finlane led you guys here,
Yeah.
not Abel.
Oh yeah, that's true. Well, I guess they haven't been watching closely enough over here.
Let's talk to some people. Do you think we should talk to Lucifer? Maybe you specifically, Riva?
Me? Why? Oh,
Well, he
I'm
tried
pretty
to
persuasive.
hit me a lot, and I don't think he likes Tibbs very much.
I was like, doesn't he sort of hate all of us?
I would
He
think that he
Might hate
would.
Riva the least. Maybe.
Oh, because I went down first. I see. Rebecca looks a little ashamed.
That would be absolutely hilarious and also pathetic if that was the reason he liked Ruva more. So, are we able to speed up this Gale thing here?
What do you
Well-
mean? It's a ritual. Also, are we okay with this happening?
Gale's ritual.
Yeah.
Why not?
Well, I don't know about you guys, but I never actually met Veronica. When we first met, or when you guys first met her, I was kind of a little preoccupied with the the church. I can't really remember what happened that much, um but yeah, I completely missed meeting her and stuff. So I am a little hazy on the details of what is happening, aside from the fact that he's gonna get some demon blood tattoos and be able to taste the rust in the air.
I don't know. It's mostly me and Gale who showed interest in the order, but I don't know. She seemed pretty solid when I met her. I don't
Okay.
really know about the smelling the rust stuff or any of that, but I don't know. Gale seems to want to do it.
And just signing up with a random order that he's going to have to live with for the rest of his life. I don't know. It's just like a very cultish thing.
But have you
A lot of
considered that
this
their armor
is-
is cool?
Yeah, you haven't seen, but they wear bright red armor. It's fucking sick.
I mean, I've seen the armor, and yes, it is quite cool. And I'm a fan of red as well, which again, I have some of that blood, so I'm half tempted to be like, "Hey, give me some armor. That's cool." But that doesn't seem like the reason one might want to do this.
I don't think many people would want to do it, right?
And
But-
Gale's pretty impulsive.
Gale's
That's what I'm
impulsive, but
thinking
Gale
of.
also wants to be able to do something about us being hunted all the time, it sounds like.
We
Right.
also did slay a devil, so I guess it's putting use to that.
But also, we're not being hunted by devils.
I mean,
I mean, you heard that. The fortune, right?
What about it? The second part, the third part? The chains?
Yeah.
And I suppose we still don't know what happened to the person possessing Finlay's sister.
I mean, realistically, if anything else, do you really think you're going to be able to stop Gale doing anything he wants to do?
No, I'm not. I'm just thinking that perhaps this will have some after effects that we were not expecting, and we're gonna have to hear him complain about them.
It definitely will, and we definitely are, but I don't think we can really do anything about it.
Okay.
Can't stop him doing shit he doesn't want to do, let alone stuff he does want to do. The only reason he doesn't do anything is if he forgets about it.
That's true. Who knows? Maybe this is just his destiny.
you don't feel like defending yourself, Gale? I'm gonna say with him.
I
Yeah,
think he's
Gale,
asleep.
Gale is just lying down. You're not asleep, Gale. Is there anything you're doing while just they're all talking about this?
No, I'm just kind of laying there, just listening, acting like I'm asleep.
Very well.
Just gonna shrug.
Okay, well, I guess that's that then.
Why don't you do it too?
Me?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know. You've done as much dark shit as Gale has.
What do you mean dark shit?
You've spoken to dead people.
Yeah, I think
Pretty dark.
I've been thinking about that. I wonder if that has to do with, I don't know. But I have a complicated past with the black pair. I think that if I got anywhere closer to any organizations that actually were with the black pair, that I would put you guys in danger more.
But you're already wearing red anyway.
True.
And think, you and Gale, you guys do like dark evil stuff. Me and Kaj are doing like light shit. That's pretty cool. 2 and 2.
Like shit.
Well, I mean, like,
I think
No,
I
no,
should
I got you.
impulsively just do this like Gail, and then we can all see what happens in the end.
I don't know
Sure.
how any of this works. Oh,
You
there
worry
he
about
is.
this too much, Ruva.
Okay, you know what? I'll do it.
Oh,
That's very impulsive.
Yeah, why not? Let's not make up our minds for something.
Can you even wear armor?
don't you have to kill your own?
No, I mean,
I don't know.
Gail didn't.
True. I just had parts.
We have to find more things to kill them just to get the parts there, right?
Parts. Oh yeah, well, we don't have enough.
I mean, to be fair, we could always ask and see if you can use, if one heart has to be per person or not. Maybe she can split these.
But then what if it splits your powers?
Oh yeah, then you're gonna have to get another one.
But if it connects you two in a more deep and spiritual way.
How about
If that's the case, I'd rather have Tibber or Kosh.
Ouch.
Wickedly has a dagger in her hand. Just randomly, the dagger's just there, and there's no reason for it. She's like, what? Huh?
Gil lifts up out of the sea. I'm just saying, like, listen, I just really get along with, the boys, and, well, you're a short girl. But
You know that I am one of the boys.
yeah, no.
I chose this form so that I would go under the radar, and I guess it's working.
Yeah, but now all we know of you is, well, a girl. Girls drool. Sorry.
Gale can only see at face value.
That's right. I'm a very simple individual.
No object permanence.
Also, I can't really do that with you, Gale. I'm sorry.
Excuse you? Why not?
I don't know. I think I'm more of like a white knight.
Oh, wow.
I mean, they're literally fighting against devils. I feel like that's pretty white knightish. Just because you're wearing red, maybe you can ask for like red highlights in primary white.
But
so you
I
guys all
wanna-
doing this for the outfit? Like, what's going on?
no, I want.
really think he is. Honestly.
I'm not. I just like the prospect. When they inevitably write stories and plays about us.
Yeah,
Maybe I'll be the
I'm
Green
sorry.
Knight.
you're right now. What you're saying to me is, I think of myself as being a noble person who's like amazing and a white knight who saves people, and people are gonna be talking about me for ages because I'm so awesome, and that's just not okay to me.
Would you rather it be you?
I don't know, man. That sounds pretty cool. I think I would talk about myself if I wasn't me. talk about
You talk
me
about
if I wasn't
yourself
myself.
now.
Not the first
You
time.
just called yourself White Knight.
I said white knight-ish. It's like if you're trying to think about yourself from an outside perspective.
What about the pastel knight?
What's a pastel?
It's like a
You could
light
always-
green. Pastel
Or a
green.
light red. I think light red would go with green.
It's basically pink.
I'm not red.
You
I
could
don't
the
want to be
pink
red.
knight. I like that.
Pink
Both,
knight.
both of you
Pink
are more
knight
red.
never-
All of you are more red than me.
I'm literally the exact opposite.
But you're gonna be red.
True.
And Kaj already wears red, and Ruva already wears red. Kaj also has the, like, you know, sun
red.
streak thingy and fire, and I'll leave that to y'all.
I can wear whatever I want, you know.
I'm like
Both.
blue and white, you know, cold, that's cool. Little contrast, alright?
I
And
like how you-
green.
I like how you said that to the person who's literally blue, but it's fine.
Yeah, you're gonna look like. It doesn't exist in this universe, but. I can't say a Spider-Man joke, damn it. You're gonna look like those windows on the floor right now. What were we here for?
Sleep.
Your sanctuary?
Oh, is that what we came here for?
Yeah.
We should probably let Runica know we're here so that she's not nervous all night about some random people in the church.
You don't think she heard us arguing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if she knows it's us.
Oh,
Better
that's
let her
true.
be at ease a bit so that she's not
Should-
worried.
Should we color code ourselves?
Color
What do you
code?
mean color code? No.
If Gail's gonna be red, then you know I'm green. Someone would be blue and yellow, or blue and
Why
Does-
would this happen?
Does that mean Kaj is yellow because all his fire? Or orange?
Kaj could
Is
be
it
yellow. But how's Ruva gonna be blue?
Isn't it gold?
I
I
can
don't.
be whatever I want.
Oh, just make her white, because
We can do whatever they want.
Whoa, you can't make her white.
Sure.
Lane is just like rubbing his eyes, just like, I've lost track of what we're talking about at this point. I think I'm just going to go to bed.
Okay, good night.
Finn.
Good night.
Don't die.
I'll do my best.
You won't die.
He's just gonna find another
Um,
pew and lie down.
He's gonna go let Runica know.
We,
I probably should be Gail's tease.
I would say not me. because,
Gail, go
again,
let your
I know
lady
her
know.
abilities.
Okay.
Your senior?
Your superior.
Your superior.
Officer. Your brother in arms.
And she's a woman. It's also very
Your
attractive.
brother. Why are you so?
I hit the switch and hit a big burn. No.
Yeah, the chord echoes out, and the clicking noise finishes off that long chord as the door unlocks.
Who taught Gail to be so obsessed with whether things were male or female?
So I just realized I can't be green because Kaj has green stuff.
Oh my goodness.
Green stuff?
Yeah, you do like tree
The
stuff.
arbor, trees,
Oh.
nature.
I can't do brown because that's wood.
Gail,
I guess I'll
you,
just do blue.
You start to push the statue kind of open again, to reveal the door behind. Runica's kind of behind it. She's already like kind of opening the other door. She's got her sword out, but she sees your face and kind of relaxes and sheathes it again.
Hi. Yeah.
She just kind of she looks pretty tired. She's got kind of like circles under her eyes, and she just kind of rubs her eye and just says, I'm afraid the ritual's not ready yet."
No, I understand. We had a bit of an altercation of sorts that kind of made
Really?
things uncomfortable for us. So we decided to just stay here if it's all right. We'll just stay on the pews, but we just wanted to be somewhere a little different. since we're being followed or were being followed. Not currently, we don't think. I don't know. It's confusing.
I see. Well, if you're staying out there, then it won't cause trouble for Gray and myself. So you're welcome to stay.
Perfect. All right. Well, just wanted to let you know. Sorry about waking you up with all the chatter.
Oh, it's quite all right.
Oh, hey, while I have you,
Aye.
can you do 2 people with the heart, or does it need an extra heart?
Just the one heart for the one ritual.
Oh, so it's like a 1-for-1, not a.
But
not a split space?
the ritual involves the destruction of the heart.
Oh, yeah. No. All right. That's fine. Guess I'll have to get their own. Okay. Have a good night. Bye bye.
Aye. She just kind of closes the door.
I'll hit the switch.
Right, yeah, you hear the cord again, and then another click as the door locks.
Too bad. I guess we're gonna have to find another one first.
What? What? Were you listening? You gotta stop doing that. That's
I
eavesdropping.
listen to everything.
That's weird. Don't do that. That's very rude.
Well, how else am I supposed to get information from people? You
You
guys never
ask,
tell me anything.
unlike being weird. How hard is it to just be like, "Hey, what happened?"
Well, because that's a waste of time. I can just hear what happens when it happens.
Yeah, and then you ruin relationships. Great.
When did you get so sassy?
The fuck are you on?
This side now.
You think he's gonna get meaner after the transformation?
Apparently,
I think
But
he's already acting it.
this devil stuff's going to his head.
So we have okay. So our plan is what exactly to like finalize it?
Okay, so in the morning, Gail's going to go get blood powers and then
Crazy.
blood tattoos. And then we're going to, well, actually, while we do that, we can 2 birds, 1 stone it, and I can go get my fortune.
You're not gonna be there for the ritual?
You should be there for his
That's
ritual.
that's okay. Maybe he's right.
Well,
You better be there.
okay, well, then I'll be there.
Not to mention we have to be there for the fortune because you were there for ours
Mhm.
Stone?
and you
don't
didn't
need
get
to
it for
know
some
my
weird
fortune.
reason. But
It wasn't the right day. And also, I didn't want to, because Finn was there and Finn didn't know I was a changeling and I didn't want, I didn't know if something would come up that would be from my past. I thought it might be too awkward to try and figure out.
I don't think it's a good idea for any of us to go around by ourselves right now. So.
yeah, you'll get assassinated or something by a goop monster.
A goat monster.
Yeah, the thing was like goop.
Oh. I could, you know what's really sad? That mask is split in half right now and I have no way of repairing it. I mean,
You-
like,
You took the mask?
of course.
Okay.
Why would you not take the mask?
I don't know. Are you gonna
I've
play
been
pretend or
collecting the
something?
masks.
You
Well,
guys need to
now I
sleep.
know.
Huh?
Well, I already. All right.
Go ahead and sleep, Tim's. I think I'm still on watch. I'll wake you up in a bit.
No, you're not. you should be done with your watch. It's like third watch now.
True, it is the middle of the night. This isn't the beginning
Okay.
of the night.
I'll stay up. I'm gonna
Alright.
be at the door anyway. I'll sit back against the doors.
Does he
Fair
fall
enough.
through because they're not barred?
Don't they open inwards?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bruh.
All right. So you each kind of find a spot throughout the church to rest. It's not the most comfortable spot you've ever slept, but it's also not the least comfortable. And so you all kind of manage to get back to sleep after a little bit to resume your rest for the remainder of the night. And so, as night passes, Tibber, as you stand guard, you don't notice anything. You don't hear anything at all. Just kind of crickets in the distance and the occasional owl. And eventually, throughout the night, the sun begins to rise, and then it's morning. So if you didn't long rest already, you can do so now. It was a split. It was split in half, but we'll count the second half as the long rest.
Hoggers.
And so as the sun rises, you are awoken by a loud click as the statue begins to open up to reveal the hidden door behind it. And Runica makes her way out of the door, timidly followed by Gray, who's just kind of peeking out. He's curious about what's going on. So he's kind of hiding behind her, but she's walking out confidently. And as you all begin to kind of stir and awaken, if you feel you do, she approaches and just says, "Well, the ritual is prepared. She kind of looks around for Gale and sees you kind of getting up off that pew in the distance.
Already.
Shall we do it this morning then? Unless you have other business. She's kind of looking at all of you. Unless you have other business to attend to this morning.
Gil looks back. We're doing it now?
Might as well.
Yeah, let's get it
Yeah.
done.
Alright. Sure. Are we
Very
doing
well.
it out here or back in the creepy room?
I think within the church grounds will be fine. There's more room here, so I'd prefer to do it here, unless you think security is an issue. Kind of looks again to the group.
Nah.
Security won't be an issue.
Is it gonna hurt?
Runica looks towards you, Tibbs, and says, there is some pain involved with the cauteries. Part of the ritual is to push past said pain."
Oh shit.
And then she looks back to you, Gale, to kind of gauge your reaction to it. How do you react to that?
Just like kind of realizing it's like,
I'll hold your hand through it if you need to.
furrows his brow. No. I'm fine. I'm a big boy.
Very well then. She kind of turns around to go and gather her things. And she just kind of, as she begins to turn around, she just says, "Take your place out in the church center. I will be with you in a moment." And she quickly ducks back into that room to go and grab everything she needs for the ritual. And then she returns. And when she returns, Gale, she's carrying the heart that you gave her, as well as the vial of blood. But she also has like what looks like calligraphy brushes in her hands. And she makes her way around the pew or the altar, and Gray kind of remains behind the altar. He still looks like very cautious, not of you guys, but just of kind of being out in this room in general. And he's kind of ducking down behind the broken altar to kind of keep himself a little bit shielded from anyone who might look in. But um, you can tell that he's curious about this ritual. And so Runica kind of makes her way over to you, and she places down her alignment of calligraphy brushes, as well as a kind of what looks to be like a silver platter that she's placed the heart on. And then she puts the vial of blood next to it, and she says, "Very well then. You will need to remove your shirt for the next part.
Oh, all right. Sure.
The cauteries must be painted on bare skin."
Is it like only at the top half?
Aye.
Okay, good. All right.
Thought you get a little excited.
No, maybe cautious.
All right. So you do as she says then.
Yep. Pull my shirt off and throw it at Tibbers.
Yeah, she kneels, which kind of causes a clanking in her armor, but she seems comfortable in the armor. And so she kneels to kind of reach down to her calligraphy brushes, and she says, to your knees as well. She kind of gestures for you to take both knees.
He kneels.
And as she begins to kind of gather up one of the brushes and unstopper the vial, she just says, each pattern of cauteries is different. As we paint, the pattern emerges itself. It's never determined ahead of time. And so no two patterns of cauteries are alike. Yours shall be unique unto you alone. And she unstoppers the vial, and then she seems to gather up some of the blood on the calligraphy brush. And then she motions for you to kind of hold both of your arms out in front of you.
Okay. Listens.
And she kind of pauses for a moment and just kind of lets the silence hang in the air. And then she kind of looks you dead in the eye at your level and just says, "This is your last moment to turn back. If you agree to this, you are entering a noble brotherhood. But there is no turning back."
He just kind of like looks side to side, because it's like it's intense eye contact. He's a little off put by it, and looks at Tiberi. He's like, "Heard that? It's noble."
Hey.
Winks at him. Still got a shot. Looks back. Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, as you kind of glance around at the others, you decide that this is what you want, and as you're just about to look back at Runica, you hear a voice on the wind. It's sort of a deep howling wind. And the voice asks you, "But do you have the strength for it?"
The hell? Who said that?
You look around, there's no one else here. The others have not reacted to it. They didn't hear it at all, Gale. Not even Runica reacts to it. Only you heard it, Gale. The howling almost echoes the words through the massive church hall. Do you have the strength?
Sure.
Make a strength check.
Oh god.
Mhm.
Oh no, that's a save. Boop.
You roll a 5, Gil. You
Mhm.
realize in that moment, perhaps you don't have the strength. You begin to feel a slight panic kind of bubble up. You question yourself. Do you truly have the strength to go through this? What do you do?
Well, Conscience, I'm pretty hard-headed, so in frustration of this having this feeling, he like furrows his brow, tries to get a little sterner, lowers his voice a little bit. He's like, "Yes,
You summon up everything you have, Gil, in defiance. And once more you hear that howl through the church. It's louder now. This time the rest of you all hear a howling wind echo through the church, but you don't hear the words that hang along it. Only Gale does. The voice says, "Your defiance of fate is admirable. Should you seek it, I shall grant you my strength."
brow still furrowed."
How do you respond?
What's the catch?
This is no bargain. You have already sold yourself to me. But I sense we are kindred spirits in our defiance. And so, should you seek it, I shall lend you the strength to proceed. Gale, the fact that Runica's not reacted to this at all, she's not hearing any of it. This isn't
Mhm.
part of the ritual. This is something purely to do with you, Gale.
Yeah. Are you that stray guy?
A long pause before another howl echoes out. You know my name, then. Good. Remember it.
Well, I mean, it's only a name. I don't really know anything else. But sure. I mean, uh, answer to the question: yes.
This time, the wind almost rattles the door that you're standing near, Ruva, as a great gale blows. And Gale, you find yourself filled with sudden strength as the voice just says, "Good." And then you turn back to Runica filled with newfound resolve.
Kind of lets out a smile, ever so faintly, like a grin.
Shall
Nods
we
his head.
proceed then?
Yes.
Very well. So your hands are kind of still outstretched towards her, and she begins to paint devil's blood across your arms. She seems to trace a pattern almost like she's following veins that she can't see along your arms, and the paint kind of slowly goes up from your palm all the way up your wrist, all the way across your forearm, and she kind of just continues to trace it all the way up to your bicep, and then she changes to the next hand and does the same. Her skill with the calligraphy brush is unparalleled. Her lines are precise and accurate, and there's almost no spill at all. But as she begins to paint Gale, you feel the area where she's painting blood begins to feel at first just hot, and then it begins to itch, and then it begins to burn. And then you see just ever so slightly steam rising from the paint. And then it begins to burn. Make a con save for me. Constitution of 10, but you agreed to the stray. So the stray adds an extra plus 10 to this,
Oh my
Oh,
god.
as you're filled with newfound strength. The stray is sort of pushing you through this so that the pain can be ignored. And so the cauteries begin to burn, the blood begins to sear itself into your skin. Gale, as she paints up the other arm, both of your arms are filled with this unbearable agony, but you push right through it. And then she begins to paint from your shoulder across your collarbone, down to the sternum over your own heart. And the pain gets somehow even worse. But Runica kind of slowly, as she's painting, she's kind of just almost murmuring to herself under her voice. But she kind of seems almost like she's intending it just for you, Gale. She's not talking aloud for everybody, just kind of very quietly talking sort of to herself, but you can tell the words are aimed at you. And so as she kind of paints, she just says, "You join a band of noble brothers, and as nobility obliges, you shall take your battle to our eternal foe. In taking the red, you take an oath of vengeance, to hold no quarter for the wicked. There is a greater evil out there, beyond any we've seen before. And by taking the red, you are held to oath to fight it, no matter what it costs you. No matter what the pain, you push through it. No matter the injury to yourself, you ignore it. Even if it should cost your life, you pay that debt proudly as you join the Knights of the Red. And then she begins to paint on your face, Gale. And the pain becomes unbearable. The rest of you see Gale almost completely covered in this cloud of steam as the cauteries burn into his skin. And Gale, all you can focus on is that pain and her voice. And finally, she finishes painting. She's completed the pattern across your whole body. And you're just racked with this unbearable burning. But once more, her voice kind of pulls you out of it. And she says, "Take this in your hand." And you kind of almost can't see from the pain. It's blinding. But you feel her arm take yours. And she kind of cradles your hand and she hands you something. It's wet and covered in blood. It's the heart, you realize. She's handed you the heart of the devil in the palm of your hand. And she just kind of says to you, "Do you know the oath now, brother?" And you think to yourself, "Do I?" And then somewhere deep down in your chest, the cauteries have seared it into your soul. And you know the words, so you must say them aloud.
Let the fiend's heart
Aye,
Fall
those words.
silent.
Those words, yes.
Oh, good. Let the fiend's heart fall silent as mine beats untainted. Let my armor run red, my foe's blood to stain it.
Good. Now crush your eternal foe in the palm of your hand. You know what you must do. You must crush the devil's heart in your hand.
Gil looks at it for a second and thinks about that devil who knew what the stray was. Questioning like what what the fuck's going on with that nonsense. And um thinks about the stray as he crushes the heart.
Yeah, as soon as you crush it, it just kind of drips, and then you feel it kind of burn itself up in your hand as more of that steam and smoke, a sort of acrid black smoke, rises from the heart. And then as you kind of release your hand, there's just nothing there. And then, still kind of racked with that pain, you feel the burning begin to subside. And as you kind of look down at your own arms, Gail, that those burns that have been covering your arm now look more like tattoos. Red streaked lines across your skin, following the veins, across your chest as well, and now your face. The pattern is for you to decide, Gail. It's up to you how they look, but they're just sort of red line tattoos burned into your skin now. And Runica finished her painting and finished her part of the ritual, stands back to her feet, and then you just kind of see her arm reach out to you as she says, "Stand, brother."
He looks and grabs her arm. Gets up.
Yeah, she pulls you to your feet, and you stand tall, filled with the oath burned upon your soul, as well as the newfound strength that you've accepted into yourself. And you now stand in the halls of this church, surrounded by your friends. A changed man. You are now a knight of the red.
Gale looks towards the others. Well, how do I look?
Insane.
Looks really cool, yeah.
Hmm.
How do you feel?
It hurts a lot.
The pain hasn't faded. It still hurts like a bitch, but you've kind of risen past it.
Looks towards Runica. Does this shit ever not hurt?
Not to worry. The pain does fade. So I imagine it will be at least another couple of days for you. It'll slowly subside, not to worry.
Oh. All right.
Not bad. Ruva looks over the pattern.
Yeah, it's ornate and intricate. She's painted a very complex pattern onto Gil, but it's up to Gil to decide how it looks. She was just following what was right for you.
Kind of thinking about it.
Yeah, you don't have to decide right now. You can just say they're cauteries right now and decide later.
Oh,
Mhm.
I've got it. I can say it now.
Oh, very well. Go ahead.
Before Gale, and obviously Ruben knew this, being with him so long, Gale always had like faint wisps or like white, almost like marks along his skin that kind of looked like clouds. A lot of times they were around like his veins and stuff. And Now they're emphasized with the red markings all around his body.
Very well. Yeah, the extent of the cauteries you can decide because she painted them on your chest. You can decide how much of your chest, and she kind of painted them on your back as well. You can decide how much you want those cauteries to have spread. It's up to you how your figure looks now.
Sure.
But she picked the pattern that was right for you, and so your cauteries are much different than her own, which look a little more kind of angular and sharp. But she kind of just stands there, kind of looking proudly at you, Gail, and says, I'm happy to have inducted a new member. It's been some time since I've done the ritual.
Smirks. Thank you for the sudden work, sister. Can I call
Aye.
you sister?
That would be appropriate, yes.
All right. Very good. So, what happens now?
Well, I am aware that you came to this town on your own business, so I won't rip you from it to chase devils. But should you see any, or learn of anything in your travel, know that it is your duty to slay them.
And do I have to continue to like pick up parts and stuff? Do I have to like grab hearts and squish them every time I see them? Like,
So long as the devil lies dead, your duty is fulfilled. But the heart of a devil, once purged by holy magic, as you did here today, is a powerful thing. She kind of just gestures to her own armor. To use their evil and cloak yourself in it, to repel it. That is the way of the red. To fight fire with fire. She kind of gestures down to your shield that you carry, Gil. I believe the transformation's already begun, as of today.
Hmm?
You look down at your shield that you carry, Gil. It's stained red.
oh. Wait a minute. Summons the sword.
The sword has not changed. The sword was granted to you by something beyond the Red Order.
Okay.
But your shield has. Your shield is stained red. Deep crimson blood. The same shade as her armor.
Do I also get armor, or am I not there yet? Do I have to like meet a quota?
Choice of armor is unique to each Knight of the Red. Some forego it in order to be faster on their feet. Personally, I like armor. But the choice is yours. If you feel armor doesn't suit you, there are other ways to gain strength.
There are?
I'm afraid I have not any armor to provide you. If you were at one of the priories of the Red, then I could lend you armor from our stores, but she just kind of turns to her own surroundings. I'm afraid I'm in a meager position now.
Sure. If I find one, do I need to say anything or tell
Repeat
them
your
you
oath.
sent me?
Repeat
Oh.
your oath and crush the devil's heart over it, and it shall be empowered, as your shield has been.
Oh, when I receive the armor?
If you should find armor that suits you.
Oh. So I do need a new heart, huh? Alright, sure. I'm learning.
Yeah, it's sort of how they gain strength. Each creature each devil that they slay empowers them further. So judging by the fact that all of Runika's armor is red, including her sword and shield, she's probably done quite a lot of work.
Oh god, so it's like per armor piece.
Per individual piece as per D&D rules.
Yeah.
You just RPG, you get 5
So-
your fucking.
So if you
Very-
if you were the kind of person who wore like heavy armor, Gel, then you would have had your armor changed today. But you're the kind of person who's using a shield, so your shield changed instead.
Yeah. Can't afford armor.
Well, you can always find armor other ways
Yeah.
if that is what you want.
Inside mimics.
But your shield has been empowered. It's a +1 to all things now, in addition to its usual bonus. But when fighting devils, it gains some other properties.
The hell? Where's this damn shield at?
I'll add a +1 version of it to your inventory
Yes, sir.
and swap that out for you. But the ritual is complete. So Runica knows that you're here in town for your own business. She's not going to immediately just like demand you focus on something else. She knows that whatever you're doing is probably important. So she'll kind of leave you to that. I trust your business here in town is important, but again, should you smell it on the air, you'll know that it's time to fulfill your oath.
Yeah. Takes a big whiff. Does the
Hi.
air smell like it?
The air smells pure and clean in here, Gal.
Just checking. Alright. I can do that. Thank you, Runica.
Hi, of course. And welcome, brother, to the order. And she kind of turns back towards Gray and just says, we should get you back into hiding. She kind of ushers him back in like a big sister, kind of just pushing him back in. I know you wanted to watch, but kind of ushers him back in. And then she kind of turns back towards you guys with the door still open and just says, if there is anything else you need from me, so long as it doesn't put Gray in danger, I'd be happy to help.
Oh, Veronica, that reminds us actually.
Hi.
He looks at the group. Are we are we letting Finn with her? Or asking?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
Ben should
Or-
probably try and stay here.
Is it alright, Veronica, if Finn can stay with you for at least a little bit?
Hi, if you trust your friend, then I trust him as well, brother. You
Yeah,
can
should
stay
be
with us
fine.
for the time being.
Looks at Finn. Do you you don't by chance know where like headquarters are or the base is?
No, I was never privy to that information. You were asking Finn that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I just
Yeah.
had a second guess where I was like, you weren't asking Runica about Night of the Red stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to clarify, just in case I told you something weird, because she would know about that, but
Right.
he wouldn't.
All right. I was thinking last night. Bishop was talking about asking whether or not you told us anything. Have you told us everything by this point? Is there anything else missing?
What I told you when first we met was the truth. I didn't say anything. There wasn't much to say. All I was told was to take part in that ambush of the caravan. And then return to Tradewater. There's not much that I know beyond that.
I think that even like because it does seem like they think that you know something. Perhaps you know more than you think.
Well, I don't know. I don't think I do. Well, since you all were part of the Kingsguard, you weren't actually hired by the Bandit King, right, to break me out of prison?
Right.
Well, then it stands to reason that, well, they didn't actually care if I rotted in that prison, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So they didn't think I knew much at all then, if they didn't
Hmm.
want to break me out or end me back in that prison, so.
Kind of under the impression that you were a bait, Finn.
For you
Possibly
four.
been a bait.
Maybe not us specifically, but for any of the Kingsguard in general.
It's possible. That interaction with that bishop person, it did seem like she was more focused on you four than I.
Where did they pick you up?
Me? You mean
Okay.
back when I first joined?
Yeah.
Well, I was in just a tavern in Glorybell. And I was, I think, half drunk, lamenting monetary issues and the expensive nature of the medicine for my sister. And just some fellows kind of bustled about and said they had work. That was sort of how I first joined. Sort of ruffian types, the kind that I'd do jobs with, the kind that we'd ambush caravan,
Was it the drunken jester?
Aye, that was the tavern.
I see.
But those folks didn't seem like any sort of leader. They were just, well, bandits like myself.
Mm-hmm. And where did you get captured?
On one of the trade roads to the north, just near Eudora.
Okay.
We were told there would be a caravan passing through and we were to ambush it, that's all. And then, once we were finished, return to Tradewater. And then we'd be found by them for more orders. But, well, I was captured, so I never returned.
Okay. Well, thank you again. You'll be safe here.
Of course, if there's anything else I can do to help, or if you need to ask me more questions, you can come back and talk to me whenever. Even if it's the middle of the night, you can just wake me up. I don't mind.
Appreciate it, Finn.
Of course, I've come to regret everything I've done, and if I can do something that would help put it right, then I'd like to. But I shouldn't keep you. Your business is important. I'll go and I'll remain in the church.
Stay safe.
Thank you, Finn.
Yeah, he kind of pauses and turns back towards you all and just says, "Thank you. You four stay safe as well." And then he joins Runica, who kind of ushers him into the room. And as everybody else goes into the room, just before Runica kind of closes the door, she just kind of gives one last look to you, Gale, and just says, "Godspeed, brother," and closes the door. And you hear that click echo out as it locks from the inside. And the four of you are alone in the church.
I don't suppose you have a mask for Gale, do you, really?
A mask.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to hide Gale's affiliations now.
No.
Assuming anybody knows about the red markings. And the Knights of Red doesn't sound like they're getting along with any sort of religious people right now.
Lots of people have markings.
Should I head with you?
Ruva crosses her arms. There's nothing wrong with having markings.
Well, I don't think there is either, but they definitely put a target on him.
The
If
only
anybody
thing
knows what
with
that.
the only thing with the mask is that it will attract attention, which is what we want. Never mind. Gail, I do have an extra mask for you.
Okay.
Ruva's gonna give you not the one that Teddy was wearing, but the only other one they have. That
The new
isn't
one?
broken. No, that one's broken. That one's broken. It's the one that I believe the wizard was using in the ambush.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you still have one of those masks. You can hand it
Yeah,
over.
because I had that one and I had the one that the guy who was gonna save Bandit King, and then the other ones were broken. So
Yeah, you hand the mask over.
Thank you,
I
River.
s- yeah.
And I could always get a new mask that's not, affiliated with
No,
people.
well the thing about this is it's affiliated with the Bandit King, and we need things to come up with the Bandit King right now.
You don't think it's gonna be a little weird? Only one person in the group wearing a Bandit King mask?
I'll wear one too,
But
Ruba says.
it's still only 2 people in the group. I feel like that might still be kind of weird. Not to mention, Bishop clearly follows us pretty well, or has some kind of way of knowing about us.
Mm,
Is it Bishop worried about that?
I don't think that they care that much.
We can walk
I-
around with the red lands and just kind of cross that bridge when we get to it, I guess.
Okay.
It's up to Gale on either way.
I mean, if I were Gail, you'd probably be pretty proud of having them right now, right? Especially while they're still painful.
I don't know. I mean, they're not going anywhere, so I'm always gonna have them. So I can always show
It's
them
true.
off.
Well,
Yeah.
not everyone can show off the lines that they have sometimes. Ruva crosses her arms again.
Looks confused.
You and your lens.
Hmm?
Nothing.
Sure. I'll wear the mask for now. That's alright. Just because they kind of ruined this church, so clearly the people here are not big fans of churches.
But they didn't know about Renica.
Yeah, but it's a church and they're supported by a church, so it's
We
probably
didn't
best.
know about Renica.
Kaz, you can make a religion check if you want.
Okay.
I can help you out with a little bit more of like awareness of the church in general.
Can you?
With a 5, you're not too sure. So I can't help you much. No, it's up to you guys. If you want Gale
Don't
to
know
hide
too
us.
much about the Knights of Red.
Wait, can I just do a religion on churches of the Black Pear?
Sure. Yeah,
This
you would have
be
experience with that. So.
+0.
Ooh,
Nice.
20. Not 20. All right. Kaz, you're not too sure. You don't have too much experience with the Black Pear. But Ruva, you kind of know a little bit more. You estimate that churches of the bride and groom are fairly common, but not all of them would have members of the Red at that church, and the likelihood of seeing one is fairly low. So you estimate that the average person would not really know about the Knights of the Red unless they'd actually met one. So it's probably not a commonly known thing. They're not household names. but it's certainly possible that someone in town would recognize it. And what they do with that information is completely up to them, but someone might recognize it, is the conclusion you come to.
Hmm. Okay, so someone might recognize it, but overall, we're in the clear, which is exactly what we knew before. Hmm. It's up to you, Gail. Or I guess you could just
All right,
wear
I'll
a
wear it.
cloak up. There's nothing wrong with just wearing a cloak and keeping your head down. Can you keep your head down, Gail?
No, I can't. Flip a coin as I say that. All right, I'll wear the mask. Puts the mask on.
Very well.
Should I also put a mask on? Ruba asks. Cars and tubes.
I mean, Tibbs and I are ugly enough. We don't need a mask. Maybe you should choose the one.
What?
Huh?
I was asking for me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, and I
mean-
don't think you guys are ugly. There's beauty in everyone's faces.
I didn't expect you guys to take that seriously, but all right.
Ruba pats Tibbs on the shoulder and Kaj on the shoulder.
Actually, wait, with Tibbs, it'd be like this. It's a joke no one in chat can get.
Oh well. So be it. All right. Gail, yeah, you put your clothes back on.
Thank you.
All right. Time for us to hear a fortune.
Okay. Yeah. I guess I'll just go as Teddy.
Better hope yours is as good as ours.
Is there a reason to go, Teddy?
Because I'm gonna wear a mask.
Okay.
What does that mean?
There's literally no logic to what they just said, but it
Yeah.
seems like there's logic to what they just they think there's logic to it.
Cause is just dropping it.
But,
Whatever you want.
They
but
adjust their clothing and
on the other hand, Riva, wouldn't it be interesting if they still recognized you as who you were, regardless of what you actually look like? Like they still knew your fortune was being told today.
yeah, I already changed my clothes, man.
Boring.
How did you go?
Oh, thanks.
You always find your way.
Oh, I gotta talk to you later, by the way.
Oh, okay.
Some weird stuff.
Oh.
That's very vague.
All right.
Yeah.
So the four of you make your way out of the church.
I'm gonna
And,
wireless.
Back out into town, you immediately take the left and head down that dirt path that winds around the graveyard and heads up that lonely hill towards the even lonelier tower that sits gloomy, surrounded by trees. And you make your way back up to those steps and knock once more on Wilo the Witch's door. And after a moment, you hear her kind of soft, gentle voice to say, "Come in," from beyond the door.
Fuck.
And so you enter. I think I might need to lead maybe Finn in this one. That's it. And then we're good. Yeah, Finn's got to go, but everybody else is in. All right. So as you enter, chat, that's good. Okay, hang on, I'll work that in. As you enter, the surroundings are as gloomy as they were last time. Dim lighting, only lamp light and candles to illuminate the room. And Wyla is kind of bustling about. You can see she's got like pots in her hands as she's moving about the room. And she kind of stops for just a moment to look at the four of you and just says, "Oh, I was hoping it would be you. Welcome, you can have a seat."
She was hoping it was gonna be us.
Good morning.
Morning to you as well.
Hope you had a better night than we did.
Was your night not good?
It's some rude company.
Yeah.
I see. Well, I suppose polite company is much better. Are you hungry at all this morning?
Always.
I was just gonna look at him.
Yeah,
Yeah. Of
I
course,
could
yes.
probably eat as well.
Well, I was wondering why I had cooked so much. But I suppose this does answer that question then. And she kind of brings you over plates. She's been cooking something near the hearth. And she just kind of slides a couple plates in front of you. And she's got what look to be just pancakes, each topped with a single strawberry.
Thank you.
You made extra just for us?
Well, I was wondering why I made the extra, but I suppose it would explain it if it was for you.
Thank you.
That's so cute.
And she takes her own seat and kind of delicately nibbles with a fork. It's kind of taking small little bites. Now, were you back for your fortune, or was there some other reason for your little visit?
I would like my fortune. Yes. Plus, we wanted to make sure that we got the day right. And Teddy kind of smiles.
Well, you did say you were visiting today, and, well, it is today. So I suppose you are here on the right day. Were you in a rush? Did you want to do the fortune right now? Or could we at least finish breakfast?
Breakfast. Please, breakfast.
Very well. She just kind of continues to eat.
Man, the last time we ate at a table like this was home.
Yesterday when we had cake.
Well, yeah, but that was just like a treat. This is like a meal. Like a family meal.
It's true. It does feel like a family meal. Just me and the boys. Teddy looks at Gail.
Browns.
It looks so Milo.
He has a mask on too now, right?
Yep.
Yeah, he has
It's
the mask
nothing.
on.
Take
Yeah.
the mask
He
off.
takes. Oh, yeah. No. Teddy takes
She's
his
just like,
mask off.
she's just smiling blankly at you all, just kind of eating her pancakes and just kind of looking back and forth between you all like it's a tennis match. Her head just kind of swiveling between each person who talks.
Why do you have so many strawberries? Do you like strawberries specifically more than other things?
Well, they are rather sweet. And I do like sweet things.
Noted.
Can I insight check Tibbs?
This is the most blank look on his face, like he's thinking right now.
I wouldn't know anyways.
6 on your insight, yeah.
Like that fucking look where you're like your eyes are pacing around, but you can tell they're just like thinking of something. Also, I don't know what I'm inciting, but
Yeah, it's really up to you, Tibbs, what they would learn from a 22 on insight.
Hey Tibbs, can you switch seats with me? I wanted to ask Gail something.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Teddy nods at Kosh.
I don't know. I'm not gonna roll anything. You guys can see through him. He's stupid.
While I was looking at Kaj, she's waiting for Kaj to say something to go.
Yeah, so is Tibbs, actually.
So Gail, how's it feeling? Feeling any better?
Nope.
Oh, yeah, it still hurt?
The pain that you have, Gil, it's no longer that kind of like itchy, unbearable pain. Instead, it's faded to like a constant kind of vague pain. It feels more like the pain after a muscle's been exercised. It's a pain that has a pride attached to it.
More sore than anything. Kind of like a paper cut, but there's like you actually feel good about this kind of pain, not like a paper cut where you feel stupid.
Very embarrassing.
Paper
Yeah.
cuts are awful.
Was any of it the like good pain?
No.
Teddy glances
No.
at Tibbs, slightly concerned.
Is there a
I
good
mean-
kind of pain?
Yeah, that's a good question.
Yeah. Well, it's typically like it's a type of physical pain, but it's one that doesn't really like, like a cramp really hurts and has nothing positive about it, but like
Mhm.
sometimes things that aren't as strong as that are, I don't know, they release a bit of like happy chemicals as it's going on.
I see. I suppose I just avoid pain so much that I wouldn't know. But I believe you.
Agreed.
It's more like pleasant than like good, I guess.
I'll take your word for it.
I will say though, feeling kind of sore like this does feel kind of nice.
Yeah, like you worked for something and you're like relishing in it.
Mhm.
Yeah, kind
You
of.
can still feel the journey, but like it's done.
Yeah, and kind of like there's also more to come. Like, I'm not just stuck at this state.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
there's improvement. I can feel it.
Yeah, you
pretty
get
nice.
it.
Yeah. Was that what you were gonna ask, Kosh? Was that
Yeah.
it?
I don't really know why you had to get closer for that, but
Well, it's
Okay.
hard to make eye contact with Gail through the mask from over there.
Buddy took them back. Teddy doesn't say it. Doesn't finish his sentence.
That's fair. Well, thank you for asking, Kosh.
Hey, Wyla, how do you feel about lavender?
Lavender. I suppose it has a nice scent.
One time, the bunch of us got off to an island, and Tibbs could not get enough of the stuff. He filled his bag with it, and he smelled his lavender for weeks after that.
okay. It was
He barely stopped smelling like lavender.
I had a plan for it.
Kind of sad that it stopped. It was really nice. It was calming, you know.
Well, if we come across another lavender field, I guess I'll do it again.
We go back to the island.
Why?
I don't know. Lavender. Do you need another reason besides the whole thing you talked about wanting to get?
Well, I already gave the give.
It was a nice island. Peaceful. Good place to hide out.
I see.
Why'd you bring that up, Kaj?
The smell of lavender makes me a little homesick now.
I didn't expect this trip to be so sad then. Okay.
Okay. No frown.
Well, like you said, we don't eat at that table very often, and I mean, I only got one chance to eat at home with you guys before we left.
Same. It was nice.
I find that tables are a very good place to eat food as well.
Oh,
Did you like stub your toe as a robot or something?
Sorry,
Please
Charlie.
finish your chewing your food first, Eddie.
Is he okay?
sorry. Am I?
You're still a little robot-y for me.
Do you have a family, Wyla?
I suppose I did at one point. But it was a while ago.
What do you mean was?
You can insight check that, Tibbs, if you want.
Oh fuck. I don't know why I bother. Oh, that was a 2, but okay, game.
Yeah, with a 19, there's a sense of detachment to Wyla.
Yeah.
There's a sort of a feeling that she lives in the past, present, and future all at the same time.
Hmm.
When she looks at you guys, it feels more like she's looking through a window from far away than like she's sitting right in front of you. She's detached, as I said. I
What?
finished my meal though now. If you did want
Oh.
to do
Yes.
the fortune.
Yes.
Yeah, she just kind of gestures to the seat nearby. All right then, we can begin if you'd like.
He reaches out his hand.
Yeah, she takes your hand, and as you saw the other day, Wyla kind of focuses in, and she kind of drifts away from you, in a sense, and kind of lost in her own thought. You see her kind of start to mumble things, and as she begins to mumble, you see her eyes go pure milk white again, and then she looks back up at you and makes eye contact with you. And as she looks deep into your eyes, all at once, her mumbling kind of stops, Teddy, and there's a long pause where she just kind of looks into your eyes, and you're not quite sure what to think. It lasts almost an entire minute as she just stares at you in silence. And then the mumbling resumes just as a soft whisper, and the whisper grows louder and louder. And then, just as you're able to understand the first word, you begin to hear as she speaks. And she says, "An old moon high, it reaches out and crowns the petty crook. A red domain, an empty rule, he cannot bear to look." And the voice fades back to whispers. And then she closes her eyes again and releases your hand. And then when she opens her eyes again, they are normal once more. And she kind of blinks for a moment and kind of looks around at you. She looks a little bit like unnerved. And you have not seen this expression on her before. She's been very like perfectly calm. And this is the first time you've seen like a ripple in her.
Was there something else?
That was very odd. I've not seen a fortune like that in quite some time. How long was I gone for? She looks kind of towards the whole group.
Couple minutes.
Really? It felt more like a year. To me, at least.
Hmm.
And then she kind of looks back towards you, Teddy, and just says, It's rather odd. It was like you were very far away. And I had to run to reach you. It took me an awful long time.
Oh,
But was your fortune at least satisfactory?
yes. Thank you.
Oh, well, that's good then. I suppose it was worth all the effort. Here's your transcript. She kind of like pushes her chair back from the table, and you get the sense that she's like exhausted now. It's very early in the morning, but she looks like she's been awake for days. You can actually even see like circles under her eyes. I'm sorry that I won't be able to be a more hospitable guest, but I'm afraid I'm rather tired all of a sudden.
Oh,
No problem.
yeah, we should leave you to rest.
I thank you for your company, and I'm sorry to throw you out so soon.
No, thank you. Meal's good.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. She stands from her chair in a universal gesture of time for you to leave.
Yeah, Tiz will stand up too, but
Yep.
I'll put a gold piece on the table and I'll walk on out.
Yeah, she walks you back to the door. And as you kind of make your way out of it, she just kind of says, My well wishes are with you. Good luck on your journey.
Thank you.
Good day. And she kind of closes the door behind you as you make your way down the steps. And you head back out into the early morning sun. As you wander your way back down the hill and away from Wireless Tower.
Are any of you good with riddles? So I'm not very good at them.
Hmm. I wonder. It's odd.
Yeah.
So there's a red domain. You were saying Prince of Chains. Hmm.
2 or 3 crowns.
There's
Imposter
a petty crook
King.
that gets crowned. Do you think an imposter king with a crooked crown, and then
It kind of sounds like the Bending King is at least most likely the one with the crooked crown, but he's on a paper throne. Kind of sounds like a king just in general, because there's 2 crowns that we know of, is kind of irrelevant because regardless, something bad's happening. Inevitably, that person we saw was trying to come out, so maybe it's him or it's someone connected to him.
I don't mean to try to make this harder than it is, but these ones draw a lot of parallels to the old ones we got, remember?
old ones.
Speaking of back at the island, a lot of the riddles we read turned out to be very literal. and also just from what I remember, a lot of the words were the same.
We had riddles.
Well, there were messages.
We did.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm sorry, that was the trying time for me. I can't remember that far.
do you remember? Do you have them written down or something?
Well, yeah, I kind of wrote them down because remember I was trying to figure them out and you guys yelled at me, so
Oh, because you're
sort of
trying
just
to
kept it
figure
from
them out
there.
in front of Rolla?
Yeah, sorry, I tried to figure them out. I got yelled at, so I never got rid of them, okay? But I don't have all of them.
Can you read them to us?
Well, all I have is the healing melody one below the birthright. That was very literal.
Oh, yeah.
But we have bones of our birthright. I mean, it mentions bones in those riddles we just got. Walls of stone protect her bones. I mean, there's overlap, but I don't know how they could be tied, if anything.
I don't think they would be.
But we
Right.
could maybe take parts we remember from that. Maybe it could help us here.
True. Something that's interesting about the moon. I know. M- One of the only things that I remember from my childhood, like a story, was my mother talking about Lady Hana.
Who?
Oh,
Say it like
yeah,
we're supposed to know who that is.
I forget that you guys wouldn't really know about them, but the the goddess of the moon.
Goddess of the moon is named Lady Hana.
Yeah, my mother
True.
always used to say that that she used to tell us as children that changelings were blessed by the moon because we looked like moonlight. It was just something that she would always say, and so it was interesting that the moon came up, but it could be nothing, probably nothing.
How
Oh.
how much would you say your mother knew about Hana?
Uh,
How devout of a follower do you think? Just rumors and children's stories, or how much do
no,
you think?
she would have believed, but
Okay,
um,
then make a history check
oh,
for a bit of obscure lore.
history. 18.
18 is sufficient.
Yes.
Just one little detail sticks out in your head, Ruva. This strange little detail, for some reason, that stuck in the back of your head when your mother was telling you about Hana, goddess of the moon. You remember your mother calling her Hana of the second moon. That word sticks out in your head for some reason. Second moon. But your
Hmm,
mother never elaborated why she called Hana the second
Hana
moon.
the second one. Hmm. Okay. Eddie's not gonna mention that. He's just gonna get lost in that.
An old moon high, it reaches out and crowns the petty crook. trying to look at it literally and it's not helping. I don't know who any of these people could be.
Well, what's your course of travel now? As you make your way back from the Wizard's Tower and kind of arrive back closer to the church, where would you like to go?
What are we doing, guys?
We should go see who would bust up a church.
Where are we going for that?
Mm,
Can I do a check to recall if there was anything from last night that was odd or something that kind of stood out from Bishop and their conversation with us to maybe like give us a clue?
Okay.
What kind of check would you like me to run for that?
Just flat intelligence.
Oh fuck.
Good luck. Hey,
14. With a 14, I can't give you too much, but it is a little bit weird that Bishop just knew about your entire ploy.
Mm-hmm.
Bishop obviously knew that you guys were lying to Finn, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it is a little bit strange, judging by the fact that she just immediately played along with it. It's a little bit weird that she knew from off the jump, basically, that you guys were not who you said you were. That's about it with a 14.
Okay. Okay, just affirming.
But if you did want to ask around about the church, where would you go to ask around about it?
Well, there's a town watch, right?
Yeah, there's a garrison to the north
I
that you've
feel
been
like
told about but have not walked past.
if anyone would know whether or not were crimes committed, it would be the town watch.
yeah. Although I'd imagine it's probably taken over.
mhm.
Oh, most likely, yes. I would. Yeah.
Might as well. It's probably the best place we're gonna get.
Start somewhere, yeah.
You think
Yeah, so
they talk over at the dockyards?
I
was
mean,
that?
at the dockyards, it's basically just the tavern and stuff, right? Or the fishery. And they're not very forthcoming with information. We could always just walk up to them and ask them, "Hey, are some of your supplies missing?"
that is true. That's what Abel suggested.
Could also ask that of the general store, I guess. If anybody has an idea of goods coming in or out, it
Oh, a general store. Yeah, that's smart. I didn't think of that.
So what's your first destination then?
looks at Ruba.
We go north.
All right. That'll take you to either the town watch or the general store. You can choose if you want, or I can just flip a coin.
Let's go to the town watch. That way, if it is taken over, we can just ask them, "Are you missing any supplies?"
Very well. I should take you
Hey,
there. Then.
Ruba. Ruba. Oh, Teddy.
Thank
Teddy,
you. Yes.
If we find Lucre again,
Hmm.
we need to talk to him so you can figure out if he's talked about us or not.
There's another
Okay.
thing that kind of bothers me.
What?
I almost question if we should continue talking to the king like using the stone. And they're the only other person that would know any of this, it feels like. Just kind of strange, you know?
So maybe the sending stone.
Maybe it's the sending stone, maybe it's the person using the sending stone, or just that there's. I mean, if we're trying to infiltrate, maybe there's someone who already infiltrated the Kingsguard, you know?
That's true.
What are you getting at?
I think we can't necessarily trust the Kingsguard.
Oh, we were supposed to be trusting the Kingsguard?
I already said I wasn't.
Well, I mean, like the people within the Kingsguard with information, because we've been very open with it, and maybe we shouldn't be.
All right. You want
Nah,
to take over for the sending stone?
You want to trust me? Sure.
Teddy's gonna give him the sending stone.
Very well.
Oh wait. When we talked to Luker, he said he came here afterwards, right?
mm-hmm.
What was the girl that was in his group that joined up? Because they all came from over here, right?
Sunshine?
Which one?
So,
That
Was-
bunny.
the one that joined up. Yeah.
Yeah, with us, Sunshine.
Yeah. How do we know she's not talking to them?
I already
He's a
forgot.
trade water
Was
person.
was she in the group? Or was she there when we had the conversation? I already forgot.
What
No.
conversation? No.
Oh,
The only people who knew, the
Was
only
she?
people who knew about um the the whole plan were the people in the room. That was the king, the king, Abel, and then of course the two guards.
Yeah, that doesn't mean she couldn't have found something out in the meantime.
Sure.
And then anyone who was listening in on the conversation. But I checked with blind sight and I didn't see anyone outside the door or anything.
You could find out about it after the fact then.
True.
I mean, even just us having gone and talked to them could have been enough of, information.
Yeah, so let's keep an eye out for the other two over here.
Man,
I don't trust Abel.
Not so bad, but our choice is to either talk to Abel or just do this on our own.
True. I know. That's what you said earlier, but that's why we were teaming up so we can find out about this bandit king and stop him from trying to kill us more. We've got to save Pavlova.
I'm gonna say to everyone. If
Oh,
he's
yeah.
able to start this war the way he's doing it with all these young people that aren't killers, it's gonna get everyone involved,
True.
even everyone back home.
why must we do everything?
I don't know. It's like you're like the main character. For the story.
You'd
you make
think
your
a
way.
song and a little bit of talk afterwards would be enough payment for it.
You guys make your way along the road, and you arrive at the kind of fence of the town watch barracks. And as you arrive at the gate, you find that the lock's been smashed off of it.
Okay.
That can't be good.
Yeah, can we see how messed up this is from outside?
Yeah, as you kind of make your way in, like you can only see like the tops of the roof, but as you make your way inside, you can see that the whole building is burned out.
Oh,
Now, how are you gonna smash up a barracks when you're trying to build an army?
I think it was the other army.
If there were a townsguard that were against it, I'm sure they barricaded themselves as best they could.
Oh
Barricaded.
man.
If
Can
they
I,
barricaded, then they're gone.
can I blink my eyes and just keep an eye out for anything that stands out as magical or
Mhm.
residue of magic?
Sure. Yeah, the building is kind of smashed up and burned up, but you can actually enter it. The door has been kicked off or broken, so you can enter the building if you want. It's a little bit precarious looking, but the structure's been standing for this long, so it probably won't just collapse on you, right?
Surely.
Ah,
Very well. Then if you want, you can make your way inside.
yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you step through the rubble and into the ruins of what once was the barracks, and this is what you see. The building itself is completely charred, and splintered wood lies everywhere.
Doesn't look good.
Yeah, Teddy, you make your way over to one of the kind of destroyed cots, and you can see a body lying there, blackened and charred, roasted in their own armor.
Okay. I guess not everyone got out.
Gale, you cast your glance around, looking for anything shiny. You don't see it. Nothing seems to be magical in here. Just burned out old ruin. You can see the glint of like kind of soot covered metal, but other than that, nothing actually glowing with magic. You can see kind of broken weapons, axes, daggers, and swords, all kind of buried in parts of the ruined barracks.
Is there anywhere that looks like they were trying to look for something specific and then cover up when they found it or get rid of a specific thing?
Make an investigation go. You can have an advantage on it since everybody's here.
Oh shit.
You don't need advantage.
Doesn't need it. With a 21, Gale, you can see that there are footprints in the soot, in the ash. So someone's been here after the fire. You can see them all kind of, they're covering this whole room. You can see footprints all around that weren't yours. Somebody's been kind of searching through this area. What they found, that's hard to say, but somebody kind of sifted through this place after the fire.
Look around for something um that might have been left or maybe odd that looks like it might be hidden or something strange. Someone came afterwards. Someone tried to find something. Maybe they didn't find it.
You're the one with special eyes, right?
There's nothing magical still here from what I can see.
Hmm.
Is there anything in this? Smashed up.
Yeah, you flip open the little kind of foot locker there. You see that it once had a lock on it, but the lock has been broken open and lies kind of at the foot of the chest there. But you swing it open, it's empty.
Is there any wood panels that like stand out? Maybe they're a little new or more rugged than the others, not from the fire and stuff.
All four of you can make individual investigation checks. This is going to be a very hard investigation check, but that's why you can all make one.
Sorry, lads.
17, another 17,
Okay.
5, and a 6. Tibbs and Teddy, as you guys are kind of scanning around the southern part of the hall, you kind of kick away a piece of rubble that might have collapsed in on part of the building. And just out of the corner of your eye, you both kind of spot it at once, and you kind of look at each other, recognizing that you both noticed it. And then you kind of lean down to look. Something sitting kind of on top of the ash, cradled there gently. And as you kind of kneel down to look at it, you, of course, both recognize what it is. It's a sending stone.
No fucking way.
Hmm.
Who do you think it goes to?
No idea. We're gonna have to wait. You want to take it or should I?
No, I don't.
I think I'll take it.
Yeah. You're better at doing voices.
One could even say it's my specialty.
One could.
Teddy said in Tibor's voice.
Ha. We found another sending stone.
Oh, did you find out who from?
Nope.
Oh,
Is
I'm
it
gonna wait on it.
listening to us?
Oh, I hope not. Oh, shit. Is it on?
I don't think so.
Is this thing
Shouldn't
on?
be.
They need to
I don't
be
know how they
activated.
work.
They need to be activated.
Okay,
If no one was holding it, it wouldn't be transmitting.
Yeah, it's just in his pocket.
We're just out in the open.
Uh-huh.
It's in the
Well,
ash, but
yeah, a little hidden.
So did someone not find it here? Or did someone put it here?
I think someone may have not found it here.
Yeah, it didn't look like it was placed.
Okay.
Do we talk into it?
No,
sure.
not until we know
What do you mean not until you
more.
know? What are you gonna do? Wait until someone says something?
Yes.
And how do you know it's going to be anytime soon and not
No, well, that's the
assume that
thing.
person who
We
had
can
died?
either wait a little bit and have someone call and we have someone like say something and then we learn something, or we could wait a little bit and gather more information, which we're already in the midst of doing, and then potentially with that extra information, we say something, or we could just, talk into a stone right now.
All right. So another thing, what if this stone was or is somehow connected to ours? What if this is like a tapped stone, and that's how they knew? That's how Bishop knew.
Need something gardening.
No, if this one's a stone that listens to our stone, then we would be able to know if we said something into our stone. We still don't have to use this one.
We can wait on it.
I would just say a little bit more information. Just finish up what we were doing today, or what we're doing right now, and then we can address the sending stone and leave. W-
Sounds good. I'd also rather not do it from in here, just in case someone did place it here. Because then they know where we are.
Should we go look around and see if there's any other strange things that happened?
Where?
Oh,
Here?
yes. The town, yes.
Yeah, in the town.
Very well. So you guys make your way back outside and beyond the gate again, and back out onto the road of. I guess I can bring you back outside. Though. I don't know. Right to the map. Here you go. Yeah. So you make your way back outside and out through the kind of abandoned barracks yard and out beyond the gate. And so, is your intention still to go to the general store, or do you have a different
Uh,
destination in mind?
Teddy just wanted to quick ask this lady.
Yeah, there's a kind
question.
of an older woman who's just doing like the wash out front with a basin.
Mm, Good morning, ma'am.
Oh, good morning to you, Aderi. Was something you needed?
I was wondering, when did that happen? The
Oh,
fire.
was some time ago. I don't know the exact date, but it was at least a month ago, I think. I remember the
Ah,
fire. I woke up to it in the middle of the night.
okay. And the four heroes that saved the people from the fire. What happened to them?
Hmm? I don't know what you're talking about.
Ah, okay. Never mind then. I thought that people were, I had heard that young people had come and helped people um, in the fire.
Oh, no, nothing like that. No. This was an ongoing skirmish here. Fire put an end to it.
Oh, do you know who was involved?
Well, it was the town watch against the Revolutionary Army, of course.
Uh,
Revolutionary Army came out on top, as you can see.
was the Revolutionary Army the ones that took over the church as well?
I don't know that they supposed to take it over. It's just one of the first things that had to go. The tenets of the church tend to lean more towards the king.
See. Thank you. Hey Tibbs, how many fires do you think happen in a town before it's weird?
Uh, 2.
Okay. Well, there apparently have been 2 fires here. Remember how the the sunshine in our group saved people from a fire
Yeah.
in Tradewater?
Sure.
Well, we're in Tradewater, and I figured that was the fire, but apparently it wasn't.
And who would have commended them the town guard?
Of course. That's okay. Thank you. That was a huge drop in my logic. I
So
shouldn't be laughing at that.
do we go ask Luker?
I think we might be past the point of asking Luke here.
Yeah, I don't think Luke.
We might have to get a little rough if we talk to him.
I mean, that should be easy. He's pretty weak.
True.
You gotta catch him first.
Well, let's investigate around the town. I'm still kind of keeping my eyes open to see if we see the other two.
Yep. Shall we go to the general store?
Sure.
Sure.
Although I get the feeling that all of the issues around here have been because of the Revolutionary Army. So
Sounded like it.
everything's kind of leading back to them, which means we're probably gonna have to play nice a bit.
Also, we can just ask them. When we came in, we saw a wagon that had been like destroyed, right? I'm not
Oh,
misremembering.
yeah.
We can just ask them
True.
about that one. We don't have to be worried about it.
Yeah, I guess so.
What is
Very
Julie
well.
thinking
Skip
through
the
over there?
general store then?
To the general store?
I mean, I'm okay with checking out everywhere. Yes.
All right, general store it is.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah, make your way to the general store. Unless, I don't know, Gail, if you're hanging back for a reason, but
No, I wasn't.
very well. Then the four of you make your way to the general store. And as you make your way inside, you find the stocks rather bare. The shelves of this drab-looking general store are almost completely empty. Only very minimal wares lying around. The shopkeep is kind of leaning against the counter on his elbow. And he sees you all as you enter and just goes, "Good day to you. Can I help you?"
Oh, this place is kind of sad.
Looks like you're running a bit low, friend.
Yes, I'm afraid you've come at a rather inopportune time if you're looking to buy wares. We've not much left in stock. Apologies.
Did someone else buy the rest of it?
Aye, the rest of it was sort of snapped up by the Revolutionary Army. Supplies for the army and all that.
When do you restock?
Well, I don't imagine it'll be very soon. And if I were to restock, the rest of it would probably be snapped up by them as well. So if you're looking to buy wares, I'm afraid you really have come to the wrong spot.
Then what is it you do here?
Well, I just suppose I manage the shop now. It's not a lot left, but there is some things, and occasionally some folk need little repairs and all that. But mostly I suppose, handle the wares for just a short time, and then pass it off to the army.
You mend masks?
I don't know that I mend masks in particular, but I suppose it's not out of the question. What do you need mended?
Teddy's gonna go up to him and show the mask, the bishop's mask.
Hmm. It's not in very good shape, but it wouldn't be out of the question. I suppose maybe. Yes, perhaps a little sap as a sealant might work, and it could hold. It won't be as sturdy as it once was, but it would hold together.
Okay. Uh, how much would that be?
Oh, just a couple gold. It's not so
Okay.
complex of repair. It's just that I would have to go and gather the supplies. Is all.
Um, okay. I leave it in your hands then.
Very well then. If you swing by tomorrow, I'll probably have it done.
Uh, then I will give you a gold now and a gold at the end.
I suppose that would be fair.
Okay, he gives the gold over.
Yeah, you hand both the mask and the gold over to him, and he kind of he wraps it up in a little kind of burlap cloth and kind of puts it to the side under his counter to deal with later. Was
I've
there
never
anything
seen
else you
many
needed?
masks like that or like mine. He taps his.
Masks like this sort? Not really, no. Is it some sort
Okay.
of religious thing?
I don't think that religion is something that is very popular these days.
Not particularly, no. At least not in this town.
Hmm. Teddy walks off without actually answering a question.
He just kind of leans back against his hand on his elbow.
I had a
But he,
question for
yeah,
you.
he looks to you as you approach, Gil. Aye, what is it then, son?
Um, we heard from some friends that there was a fire once, and that there were 4 people that came to help, known as like 4 heroes or sorts. Can you recall if that actually
Hmm,
happened,
I don't know
or
so
what?
much about some four heroes, but there was a fire in town recently. As a result of the whole skirmish between the Town Watch and the Revolutionary Army.
Do you
But
know of a
like I
kid?
said, nothing about some four heroes.
Do you know if there were any kids involved, or do you know of a kid named Luker?
I don't know anyone named Luker, and I don't so much imagine that there were any kids involved. What with the fire being in the Town Watch, I don't think the Town Watch recruited children.
Hmm.
But they're
All
gone
right.
now, so I suppose it's a matter of the past. Rather hard to
Sure.
ask them.
All right. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Happy to help.
So what are we thinking?
Not a lot.
As you
Mm,
stand outside the general store and choose your next destination, where would you like to go?
Dockyards, I guess, right? We
Very
need
well.
to find evidence of this other fire, because if there wasn't one, that definitely tells us who the mole is.
We could always ask the carpenter. Carpenter would probably know because you need wood to rebuild.
That is a very astute observation. To the carpenter.
Are you going to the carpenter instead then?
Yes.
All right. I was doing I was doing the talks. I was putting the NPCs back from the nighttime map version. I don't have a map for the carpenter, so you're just gonna have to put that. But yeah, you walk your way down towards the south side of town, and as you make your way down to the carpenter, you can see kind of a small little shop set up. It's got a bunch of things all strewn about out front, hunks of wood and half-finished projects, boats and stuff like that. And you can hear the sound of sawing coming from inside the building as you make your way up to it. And you knock on the door, and then the sawing stops. And after a moment, a rather gruff voice kind of goes, "All right, I'm coming, I'm coming." And then the door creaks open, and a rather old-looking dwarf with a gray beard and wiry hair wipes some sweat from his forehead and kind of looks the four of you up and down and goes, "Something you need built?"
No, we actually had a question for you.
All right, well, out with it then, laddie.
Well, we heard there were a couple fires, 2 to be exact.
2 fires?
Do you recall there being 2 fires?
Well, of recent, I remember one fire. There was the down barracks burning down, but that was a whole big battle and all that. Fire put an end to it, but I wasn't really requested to rebuild that one. I suppose there was no one left to request it. That's probably why.
What was the last fire that you were requested to rebuild?
Oh, before that? Well, that was like a year ago. That was quite some time.
Okay. And that one was there were like heroics done by a group of young people, yes?
Well, my job is more done after the fact. I'm not in charge of quelling the fires, just rebuilding afterwards. But I do remember some sort of stories going about something like that. Heroics and all that. It's not really my business, heroics. I just rebuild
Some
when the
people
damage is
say
done.
that some people say that in carpentry heroics can be found in the architecture.
Oh, well, those are kind words.
Well, thank you for your information. It does help.
Oh, well, if you say so. Happy to help, I guess. If you need anything built, I'll be here.
Thank you.
Good day to you, then. And he closes the door, and then after another moment, you hear the sawing resume.
Okay.
All right.
So it was real. It was just a while ago. I've forgotten. To the docks then.
Farewell to the dock. All right, you'll have to give me a sec so I didn't get to finish. All right, first things first. Finlane erased. He's not here anymore. Drag you guys out all the way to the other side of the map where you enter. And then to bring all the people back. Luckily, I left them in a big clump so they can all come back together. Good idea past me. Saves me time.
Nice.
All right. Yeah, you guys walk your way back to the docks and you hear gulls cawing in the distance and the rocking of boats and the ocean waves. And as you arrive in the fishery, you notice that something's a little different. You can swap back to Teddy if you want, Ruba. I'll resize it. As you guys walk into the sort of square that they made here at the heart of the fishery district, you can see everybody kind of a huge crowd all gathered around the door to the tavern. You can hear kind of a murmur about lingering in the air.
What's going on over here?
Weird.
This can't be good.
Hmm.
You guys make your way up to the crowd, and well, what do you do? Do you try to push through, or do you ask somebody something, or what do you do?
Teddy's gonna ask the young lady,
Little girl?
yeah, the young little girl. What's going on here?
Yeah, you kind of tap her on the shoulder, and she spins around and goes,
Oh God, it's probably terrifying.
yeah, she kind of pauses for a second, and she looks up at you, even though you're not the tallest. She's still below
Sorry.
your below your waist. So she kind of looks up at you and just she pauses for a moment and then kind of registers the question you asked her and goes, "Been a murder there, Az."
Murder.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know who?
No, they won't let me in. But that's what I heard.
Well, someone died.
Well, gotta figure out who.
Maybe it was Luker.
Don't say something like that. We
That's
might actually need
a
him.
very funny thing to assume.
Yeah, everybody's kind of milling about at the door, but they're kind of being kept out by some of the soldiers.
I'll let you
Um,
guys make your way in.
Yep.
Try to have
Teddy's
push through.
Teddy's gonna try to push through.
You start to push through. The fellow from before kind of like who was standing guard. He kind of moves to stop you, and then he kind of recognizes the four of you, and goes, "Right, you were staying here. All right, I guess I can let you in then." And he kind of just elbows a couple of the guards to let you guys through. It's all right. They're patrons. They're patrons.
Can you tell us what happened?
Who specifically are you asking? Just this old guy who was standing
Yeah,
watch?
the old bodyguard dude.
Well, I've been outside, so I'm not too familiar with exactly what happened inside, but from what I hear, there's done been a killing.
Any idea who?
Well, like I said, I've been outside. All I know is keep the people out, that's all. But you lot are staying in there. Your things are probably upstairs, so you're allowed in.
All right, thank you.
He wouldn't know you left in the night, so he assumes your stuff's
Yep.
up there. Yeah, he moves out of the way to let you guys enter.
I'll look at the group and just kind of walk towards the door and start going in.
All right. I do need to shift something in here too. So one moment. DM screen for the chat.
If it's Iago, I'm gonna riot.
Oh, good. We have Teddy in this one. We don't have to change that. Alrighty. Couple more. That there. That there. All right. All good. Ready to go. Okay. So, the four of you enter the makeshift town set up in the fishery. And as you enter, this is what you see.
No.
Maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
You see a crowd kind of all bustling about the center of the tavern floor. They've gathered in the middle here. But as you kind of make your way a little closer, you can see past the tables. You can see what they're looking at. Some of them are crowded around a body that's collapsed onto the floor in a pool of blood. And the others are gathered around one of the tables where a man is kind of flat on his back on top of the table, and it looks like they're giving him medical attention. He's kind of, he has his shirt removed, and they're kind of dealing with an arrow that's sprouting out of his stomach. And as you kind of take stock of the situation, you realize the man collapsed in a pool of blood on the ground is Luker. The man wounded on the table is the man who introduced himself to you before, leader of the Revolutionary Army, Dominic Keene.
What the hell is going on here?
Teddy looks at Kaj. This could be an inn.
An inn. Okay.
Yeah, it is an inn. We just stayed here.
Cause tries not to laugh in the summer scene.
Roll credits. Ba-doom-tsh. The end.
Sorry,
The
I had
entire
to.
campaign was to set up for that joke.
Oh boy. Teddy's gonna be like, if you heal him, they're indebted.
And if he doesn't, he could die though.
We need more information anyways.
It also proves that he's not with them. Or they don't care about him.
Or he revolted.
Well, gosh. I don't know if
I don't love healing a guy who's been recruiting children to fight as a rival. If it gets us there.
I mean we can always kill him afterwards.
All right. Excuse me.
Move
yeah, you
aside,
kinda-
move aside.
You make your way a little closer, and this fellow kind of turns towards you. Iago turns towards you and recognizes you and goes, "Oh, it's you lot."
Move aside, move aside. My friend can help. Move aside.
Yeah, you kind of step over Luker's body, and these guys kind of stop you as you walk up. Hold it there, hold it. Hold it. What exactly are you doing here?
My friend can help.
Kind of looks
Healing
past you
medic.
towards Kaj.
Mhm.
Mm.
You're wasting time. He's going to die.
All right then. I'll be watching you closely.
Maybe you'll learn something.
They let Kaj step past, but not you, Teddy. They just kind of put a hand out to stop you from getting closer.
And can Teddy just do an intimidation check? Just to be like, you really think you're gonna stop me
You can if
if I
you want.
wanted to go through? Okay. I want to see. This is the first intimidation check I've ever done. That's funny.
It's okay, mine didn't go well. Good luck.
With an
Yeah,
11,
it's
with an 11, they don't look intimidated at all. They
Okay.
think they can take you. Whatever that
Okay.
means to you, they think they can take you.
Yeah. Teddy's not happy.
Dude looks like a president. Founding father thinks he could take you.
It's the mask. It's the mask. Okay.
Kaz, you make your way past them as they let you pass, and you see the man here, Dominic Keene. He's kind of like covered in a cold sweat, and he's conscious, but he's kind of like looking up at you as you walk up to him. He's got, as I said, an arrow embedded in kind of his lower side.
Okay.
They've cut his shirt off and kind of made room for it.
Can I kind of do a medicine check to see the best way to approach this?
Rip it out. I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah.
Rip
like
it
this guy,
out.
apparently.
You know, even with a 4, Kaz, you still would generally know how to treat this. Your hands are maybe not the most gentle. We'll say that's what the 4 was.
Yeah.
So you cause him a bit of pain as you're pulling it out, but you will kind of have to like take part of it out first and kind of take the first bit out, and then kind of use another knife to kind of open the wound a little bit to get the barbed part of the arrow out.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and continue with that, but yeah, I'm not gonna be very nice about it.
Yeah, he kind of winces in pain and just goes, careful there, as you're digging it out. But eventually you do get the arrow clean out. And so now you know, just based on your own medical experience, all it would take is some healing magic to seal the wound.
Okay. I'll go ahead and give him a cure wounds then.
Yeah, you cure wounds and you see it close up into a neat little scar along his stomach, and he kind of is wiping the cold sweat from him. He still looks pretty like shaken, but he's kind of sitting up now. He winces in pain and just goes, "That is a little bit better. Thank you."
I mentioned it. Good thing you're a big, tough guy. Who knows what happened if an arrow hit like the little mouse back there or something. Might be pretty bad.
Well, you're right about that. I would prefer the arrow hit me than any of my men.
Mm-hmm. I was gonna step back.
Yeah, he kind of steps off the table, still kind of covered in sweat and caked blood along his lower half, and just kind of looks at the two of you and goes, "Well, I suppose I owe you my thanks then." He kind of looks at the two guys on either side of him and he kind of elbows them. You lot are good in a fight, but perhaps not the best at medicine. And they just kind of give him a little like, "Oh, brother." And he reaches out a hand to you, Teddy, and then to you, Kaz, and just goes, "Again, thank you kindly for your help."
Teddy takes it. What happened here? I mean, I understand arrow came from someone hit you. Dead kid.
Yeah, he kind of looks past you towards the dead body of Luker and just goes, "Well, I was here early in the morning, quick to rise and all, and was down in the tavern floor by myself. Well," he kind of hooks his thumb towards the tavern keeper. "You know, tavern keeper was asleep and all, but basically by myself. And this lad here comes out of nowhere. Suddenly I feel an arrow sprouting out of my stomach. Runs at me. Had to cut him down. Self-defense."
Ran at you.
Had some little knives on him.
Why wouldn't...
You look down. Knives are lying at his hands.
Teddy...
They're the very same knives that he used to slice you guys up, though he didn't do a very good job of it.
Teddy's gonna pocket the knives.
You fucking just steal the dead kid's knives.
Can I?
To be clear, he's not a child. He's like 18, 19.
Young.
He's just a baby.
I mean, he's about the same age as you guys.
Yeah. Well,
Just
Teddy's a
a
little
lot
older.
less.
Yeah, he's slightly younger than you guys, but about the same age. He'd be like a grade below you in high school.
Yeah, the little tot.
Yeah, I'm checking to see what happened. Like to the body. Does it look like self-defense?
Yeah, make an investigation.
Can I help him with that? Is there even like a bow or a crossbow anywhere near that?
Yeah. Why would he run at you if he had you already? I mean, you'd make it easier pincushion than a. I don't know. Doesn't seem smart to run at a swordsman with knives when you could just kill him from afar.
Well, I don't claim to know exactly what the kid was thinking. I imagine it was some sort of assassination attempt. But perhaps I caught him by surprise. Wasn't expecting me down here so early in the morning.
Do I believe him and his story?
I don't know. Did you roll an investigation, Tibbs?
So, nah.
13 insight. He doesn't seem like he's lying to you. Yeah. A 3 on your investigation. There is a bow lying at his feet.
Well, he did kind of suck.
Does he have arrows beside him, or like somewhere?
He doesn't have a quiver on him, no.
Hmm.
He brought one arrow.
Gotta turn out.
What an
Got one shot, one opportunity.
idiot. To see that.
I mean, overestimating your skill at things does kind of fit his character.
That does fit him.
Where was he staying? Where was his quarters?
Well, we were letting him stay here for the time being. He joined up with the Revolutionary Army, so he was back in the barracks, you know, where the old inn was.
Would we be allowed to go check his room or bed or whatever?
Well, I've already sent some of my people over there, so I would prefer to handle the investigation myself, seeing as he just gestures towards the scar on his stomach. I'm rather close to it.
Sure.
But you can head over there and see what you find, if you'd like. I won't stop you.
Hmm. Wonder why. Oh, I know this is off topic, but do you guys have like we saw that there was a caravan that was somehow like
Caravan.
raided or looted or something on the way in to town, and we were wondering if people are stealing your supplies or anything.
On the way
You're
into
getting
town.
hit by that. Yes.
I'm not seeing anything like that.
Well, there were broken wagons and looked like some sort
Near
of
Tradewater?
skirmish. Yeah.
None of my men have reported anything like that to me.
Teddy looks at Kaj. I am not misremembering, correct?
That's the way I remember it.
The only thing that's different between what you think you're saying and what actually happened is that it was not on the way into town. It was like a day's ride out.
Oh,
Oh,
So just
Okay.
kind of in the middle of the forest, in the middle of nowhere.
okay. So you don't have any supply issues or anything?
Well, we're an army. We always have supply issues. But nothing out of the ordinary. Why do you ask?
Well, we had been hearing about some people being people who were moving goods getting hit by bandits. And we were wondering if the army was suffering from it as well.
I can ask some of my men, see if they've cut down any bandits on the road. But I've not heard any reports of the like.
Okay.
Did nobody here know this guy?
Well, he was rather new. Seemed to be fiery enough, so we let him in.
He's a
See
new-
now that
okay.
perhaps that was a mistake.
So a new guy was sneaking around. You came upon him. He tried to
seem-
kill you.
It
What
did
was he
seem as
trying
though
to
he
do
wasn't
here?
expecting me. I'm not sure. Skulking about, perhaps. Perhaps he was setting up something for later. And I just came upon him too early for his little assassination attempt. This guy just kicks the body.
Can Teddy like check the body and see what's on it?
Yeah, Tibbs did like an investigation on it, or somebody did, but I don't know.
Oh,
It was a 3. Yeah, it was a 3. Um, but yeah, you can search it, I guess, if you want.
yeah. Oh my goodness, that was going to be a 19. Then it was going to be a 1. And I was like, oh, all right, well,
you rolled a 7, so you can search through. That's not going to be related to the roll.
okay.
You just find a couple coins on him, and that's about it.
Wow.
3 coins.
Teddy's gonna toss one of the coins to Dominic and say, I guess this is his, I guess this is what he's giving to the revolution.
I suppose he's donated to the cause in one way.
And he's gonna pocket the other 2 coins.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, one of the other guys brings Dominic a clean shirt, and he puts it on. He's still kind of wiping sweat away from his forehead, and kind of trying to shake off the injury. You can see him wince at pain every time he takes a step.
Well, what next? We gotta go find where that kid was hanging out.
When we're a little bit away, I'm gonna tell you. Isn't it weird that that kid's supposed to be from here and nobody knew him?
Oh, sorry. You're talking to me.
Yeah, you.
Yeah,
Name's
no.
Teddy.
Sorry, I was just really thinking about it. Yeah, I don't remember if they said they were from Tradewater or if they were. I think they
Everybody
were.
else just gathered up here.
Yeah, I don't know. Very strange. And why was he surprised to? They said that he was looking into the. What did we tell Bishop? We told Bishop that he might be trying to find out about the Bandit King through. I can't remember what he said. But she said that he was barking up the wrong tree.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he actually just attacked him. He wasn't very smart.
Do you think maybe it's one of those things where we all win, but the people who we say lose become Abel's men?
What?
What? Like he has another group of Kingsguard that aren't working with us?
Like Abel recruits the people who don't get into the King's Guard for things
So-
like this?
The 2 things I'm thinking right now is that either he thought by somehow killing the leader of the resistance he'd get his way into the Kingsguard, or
Um,
someone else had him do it.
I didn't even think of the first one. That does sound like something he might think. No, he said he was weighing his options. Right? I don't remember. I don't even think I was there for that conversation. Man, I think I need to get more sleep.
Gil, what are you up to?
I was gonna go talk to Iago.
Okay.
Hey, little friend.
Hello there.
He squats down.
Saw
wouldn't
your
grudge
lot.
it.
I saw your lot heal the leader. That was mighty keen.
Yeah. Well, we can't just let injured people stay like that, can we?
Yeah, of course. That was something you wanted to ask me.
Were you by chance here this morning? Did you see anything?
I was asleep. I heard a big commotion, and that's what woke me up. Came down with the rest of them. Saw this mess.
Unfortunate. Alright. Thank you, friend.
Yeah, of course. You join the other.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
So as you kind of regroup near the door, where do you go next? As you are you leaving?
I guess we're gonna go track down anything we can about Luca.
The only thing I think of is go to the barracks.
Very well. Yeah, so you guys make your way back towards the door. The door is kind of still open because people are kind of crowding around it, and you can see the crowd all kind of looking in, trying to crane their necks to see what's going on. And so you guys have to sort of push your way back out through the crowd to leave. And so as you guys are leaving, let me just bring you over here. You just kind of hear them all kind of mumbling and all the rabble just talking about what they see out there through the gap in the door. And you just kind of hear them all murmuring, "Oh, you see, it's that lad who died." And then another person, "Oh, I heard he tried to kill the Revolutionary Army leader." And then another voice, "Did you see where that kid came from?" Someone else joins the conversation. "Came down from Eudora, didn't he?" Another voice jumps in. "An agent of the king he must be. King tried to assassinate our leader." And the voices kind of grow into a more steady pitch, going louder as the crowd gets more riled up. But you push through them all the way out back into the streets of Tradewater. And that's where we'll leave the session for today because we're already over time.
Oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Okay. You know, if we quick kill every single person that's outside this place, it won't.
But I just used a spell slot.
No witnesses.
I mean, to be fair, this is a bigger crowd than the tokens I have here. There's a lot of people here. You'd be killing about like 50 plus people.
Nice.
That's it. I feel like I made a mistake by blaming Luger.
Oh, as the King's Guard thing?
Yeah, when I said that to Bishop. I
Yeah.
can't help but feel like that was me.
I got him killed.
Oh, Gil definitely thinks that.
Alrighty, let's head back to the tavern to talk. So, right off the top of our heads, does anything interfere with next week?
Nope.
Negative.
Nope.
Let me see. I think I'm good for next week. I think maybe the week after that is rough for me.
I think that's what you said last week.
Yeah.
It's like 2 weeks away or
Yep.
something.
Yeah,
Mhm.
that's correct. I just need to double check my calendar just to make sure. Yeah, so I'm good for next week, but the week after that might be a little bit rougher. It's hard to say. It's touch and go, so I'll update you guys when it's close to that. I won't say anything now. I'll wait till next week to see closer. So yeah, we're good for next week. So we'll pencil it in for a yes. If anything changes, let me know. But until then, we will say that the next session is next Monday, 7 p.m. Eastern. So, unless there's anything to add, we can wrap up here. The next actual stream will be Wednesday. We'll keep playing Disco Elysium, and that'll be our schedule for now. Like I said, kind of end of June and middle of July, I'm a little busy, so it's kind of touch and go for that time. But we'll still get some sessions in, so it won't be too long without a session. So yeah, that's what's coming up, and well, I suppose we can send you all to another streamer. Let's send you all to Spooky, who's still playing Star Fox, making her way through Star Fox, I guess. So go check that out. I will initiate the raid in just a moment. So thank you all for hanging out here, and thanks everybody for watching. Thank you players for playing.
Thank you. For
Thank
DMing.
you.
Thank you for DMing. Yeah.
Of course, it's always a good time. And so other than that, if you want to be up to date on stream stuff, follow me on Twitter. If you want to join the community, then feel free to join the Discord. And if you want to get caught up on everything, this campaign included, or maybe you want to go watch the first season of this campaign, or even go watch one of the other campaigns, then you can check out the archive on YouTube. If you just search my Twitch name into YouTube, it'll come up. But there's a link for you. And if you want to learn more about the living world that I run all my campaigns in, and maybe learn more about that Knights of the Red thing, or the Bride and Groom, or maybe even that Hana goddess, you can go and read the World Anvil, which is like a wiki for factions, kingdoms, continents, deities, all sorts of stuff, for the living world of Grand Lorien, in which I run all of my campaigns. So check the link out here, and you can do some extracurricular reading. Other than that, that's really all I have for you today. So I will send you all to Spooky, and you can go watch some Fox instead of just listening to me ramble. So have a good night, everybody. Take care, and thank you for watching.
Bye, chat.
Good
Bye-bye.
night.